Well, hello, welcome to the weather hazard briefing from National Weather Service Pocatello for Saturday, December 7th. Here's what you'll see in this presentation. We will continue to have high pressure over the Pacific Northwest and Northern Rockies, but only through this afternoon. We do have some strong surface inversions. Afternoon highs are continuing well above seasonal normals, and the stagnant conditions are supporting localized dense fog at times, especially in the Bear Lake Basin, and there is once again a dense fog advisory out until around noon today for that dense fog. And then light snow is expected to develop tonight all across central and eastern Idaho. During the evening, though, it'll only make it to central Idaho and will spread after 11 p.m. tonight to the rest of eastern Idaho. And we expect some lesser amounts for Sunday night and Monday, and high pressure returns for Tuesday and Wednesday. And behind that, there was maybe a cold front passing through, and so Tuesday and Wednesday will be substantially colder than what we've been seeing lately. All right, here's current satellite image. You can see there is some cirrus spilling over the ridge of high pressure, and so that is preventing the fog from developing probably as strong as it did yesterday, where we did have quite a few localized areas in the Snake River Plain of really dense fog. So that may happen to just to a lesser extent today. However, it did not move in time to prevent the fog from developing in the Bear Lake Basin, and it already is fairly low there. It started early last night, and it will continue again until around noon or so today. And here's our weather risk outlook. It all starts this evening or later tonight. So we are looking for overnight snow in the Snake River Plain, Magic Valley, at least a slight chance there. Late night for the South Hills, the Southeast Highlands, and the Eastern Highlands. And the Eastern Highlands is much more likely than it is, say, down in the Southeast and in the South Hills. Lost River area also, that'll be the first place affected, along with the Wood River and Sawtooth area. So we'll look for some overnight snow. And Lamai County, there's just a chance of some overnight light snow, especially once you get east of Salmon. On Sunday is when it will really ramp up. Sunday morning will probably be the heaviest amounts between that and maybe late Saturday night. And it will change over to rain. You can see where there are lower elevations, and basically the break point is right around 5,500 feet elevation or so. Below that, you should see the snow change over to rain. Above that, it will probably stay snow. So the Eastern Highlands, the Lost River area, the Sawtooth, Lamai County all should see light snow during the day. Elsewhere, it will change over to rain, at least in some locations. Then on Monday, and for most of Sunday night and Monday, the most amount of snow we're looking for is about an inch, and that would be in the higher elevations in the eastern and southeast highlands. And there might be some snow in the west-facing slopes of the Sawtooth and Lamai County, but right now it doesn't look like more than just a slight chance of that occurring. And the only place it would linger on Tuesday would be in the Eastern Highlands, and even there it's just down to a slight chance. So most locations will have clearing skies and maybe even sunny conditions by Tuesday afternoon, and those will continue into Wednesday. So this is basically the same as yesterday in terms of what advisories and watches are in effect. Again, there are wind products out for this portion of Montana. It's a freezing fog down here in northeast eastern Utah, and we have a dense fog advisory out for the Bear Lake Basin area. You can see that similar things over here in Twin Falls County, and then over into Glens Ferry, and then an air stagnation advisory for these portions of western Idaho. All right, so first thing we'll take a look at is the temperatures for today. You can see some places in the eastern Magic Valley will cross a 50-degree threshold for highs today. but most places will be in the mid 30s to mid 40s. And then overnight lows tonight with cloud cover moving in. It'll be much more mild than it was tonight. You can see Pocatello will struggle to get down to 31 degrees. A lot of places in the Arco Desert, though, still getting into the teens. But Stanley is finally getting out of the single digits with an overnight low of 17 tonight. Then on Sunday, the cloud cover will take the edge off the temperatures. No one's going to be approaching 50 degrees. So we're down about 5 to 10 degrees, depending on your location. You can see Stanley will stay all snow. And then Sunday night, in the central Idaho mountains, we're all looking for it to clear there. And so single digits do return for the Stanley Basin. And you can see still some cloud cover keeping us fairly mild, slightly above normal for this time of year in Pocatello at 23 degrees. And here on Monday, we'll be behind the cold front, so temperatures will be colder. You can see barely any location in our forecast area getting to 40 degrees. And then a lot of below zero returns Monday night in the central Idaho mountains and up in the Island Park region. And then we are back in the teens and single digits for the Snake River Plain and eastern Magic Valley. Okay, here's how the snow will evolve. So for this evening, we are looking for it to not really get out of the central Idaho mountains. And again, it's fairly light. And this trend has been for it to be even lighter than it was yesterday at this time. With an inch or two possible in the extreme western ends of Custer and Lemhi County. And then for the late night hours tonight, it will intensify and will actually spread over to the Island Park area, where we'll actually get some light snow as much as you can see here, 2 to 3 inches. And then in Sunday morning, the focus shifts to more eastern highland area, bordering the Wyoming border, where it's getting up to 1 to 2 inches. Most other locations will be getting less than an inch. And then 11 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday afternoon, mostly, you can see we will warm up enough where a lot of it will be falling as rain, especially in the lower elevations in the southern hills and in the eastern Magic Valley and lower Snake River Plain. Elsewhere, just a dusting of snow. It's pretty much over and done with. Although we will look at what happens Sunday night. It does pick up a little bit early Sunday, and then it starts to taper off as the cold front moves away. Finally, here on Monday, a lot of this is just some very light snow, potentially. This is mostly due to westerly winds forming upslope conditions in the favored areas here. And the same for Monday night, only it's completely stopped over in the central Idaho mountains and in our southern hills. So this is a storm total snowfall. This starts tonight and goes through 5 a.m. Tuesday morning. The bulk of this, of course, will be falling through Monday morning at 5 a.m. So you can see it does get significant if you're looking at passes going in from the Island Park area, such as Reynolds and Targhee Pass, and then all the passes going into Wyoming. But you can see in the central Idaho mountains, the really heavy snow stays way high. It's probably above 9,000 feet. Most locations there will be getting 2 to 4 inches. Here's the risk of receiving 2 inches or more storm total during that same time period. You can see it's pretty likely in most of the mountains if you get on a line from Haley to Soda Springs northward, or even actually the Swan Valley area to the Ketchum area. You really have to be north of that line to really be getting 2 or more inches. And you can see 4 more inches is really limited to extreme high elevations in the mountains. And here's the liquid water equivalent. You can see there are some places that will get very little rainfall in the eastern Magic Valley. And most of the valley locations are getting anywhere from just barely measurable to 1/10 of an inch, even if you were to melt all the snow down. So it's not much. And then it's 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch for the bulk of the Central Idaho Mountains and the southern portion of the eastern highlands. And then once you get north of Swan Valley, there are some limited areas that may see as much as 1/2 inch of liquid water, which could come out to around 6 inches or so of snow. Okay, wind gusts we'll start with tonight, what they'll be doing. You can see there are some gusts of 20 to 25 miles an hour, maybe even 30 during the evening. And in the Idaho Falls area, 35 to 40 miles an hour just east of Idaho Falls. And that continues to be sort of the windy place for the late night hours tonight as well. And you can see it actually, the winds intensify. More areas will be covered by that 25 to 30 mile an hour, especially in the eastern Magic Valley and lower Snake River Plain. And then tomorrow afternoon, it starts to spread even more. And there's even a better area of 30 to 35 miles an hour in the Pocatello area, for instance. And on Sunday night, you can see it starts to decrease, and by late Sunday night and Monday, winds will be more back to normal, nothing more than 15 miles an hour. That's all I have. If you have any further questions, you can always contact us at this telephone number down here, or check out the weather yourself at weather.gov/Pocatello. Thanks for watching.